Da-da-da-da. Hello, welcome back to the stream. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, we start at 8:30 and we never have any technical issues. It all goes right first time,
Dan's
every
got terminal
time.
hiccups.
Dan's got terminal hiccups. Where's Dan? That away. That's Dan. Ben is with us again, playing as Mugnuth. Captain Gingerbeard is fucked off somewhere, so he's just playing with himself. Steve Corbs is up with others, playing as Walther. And I am playing Logan.
I cannot hear it.
So, yeah, and awesome. I'm gonna unmute everyone, and we can talk between ourselves and shit because our DM ran away with like 10 seconds left to go. So yeah, Mr. Corbs, tell us about Walther.
Walther is a half German, half elf warlock who occasionally likes blowing things up. It's quite a nice character, really. Just has a little bit of murdery tendencies sometimes.
Is very true. Ben, let's go over to you.
Mugnuff, son of us who. I'm more interested in looking at the animals and beasts and things
What's up,
rather
Crash?
than fighting them or running away from them.
You're calling.
No.
Sounds very much like you're calling yourself a coward.
No. I'll stand there and watch. I'm happy to take it into talking to conversation, intellectual conversation.
Mugnuth, the voyeur. Over to HK.
Yeah, I'm a warforged. Sort of picture like Iron Man Mark 1 in the cave. Personality-wise, it's sort of somewhere on the C-3PO spectrum.
you can't say that.
But yeah, I think he's the longest remaining character from the group. We'll see how much longer for.
Now, Dan, without looking down, look directly at the screen. What is your full name?
I don't even. It's Combat Unit 1932. So crap.
Looks
I
like
messed up on the fourth number.
Mr. DM is back and ready, and he's going to give us a quick recap, and then we'll get into it. Mike.
Yes, sorry, my youngest is a little bit poorly, and he wants a daddy kiss before he went to sleep again. So I'm back. Right, where are we? What happened? You all died, didn't you?
Yeah,
That
that's
happened.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, burial
So
time.
we're starting again. This is now episode 1 of a new campaign. No, that didn't happen. Obviously, I'm lying. No, so last session, the party, we didn't really RP it out because we didn't want to have a shopping episode. Basically, Logan, not Logan, Mugnuff even. It was Mugnuff. Visited the blacksmith in the town. In fact, I think the party decided they were all going to go, but like I said, we didn't RP it. Mugnuff bought some arrows to top his supply up and took on a contract from the blacksmiths to test out some new interesting prototype type arrows. In this case, he was given a flashbang arrow to try out, and that led him on to like a monster hunter quest where they were all going to deal with the rock that had been troubling the island for some time and disrupting communications between the naval facility here on the island and the mainland and the rest of the world as well. So they went off to deal with the rock. There were some shenanigans involved with that, where Logan got flying out of a tree after trying to rope the bird. The party sort of they dealt with the rock quite well. Obviously, they took a bit of a beating from that, and then they made their way to turn in. Sort of the quest was in 2 parts. So they were given turn it in at Hawkstone, a nearby village, which is where the Aarakocra messaging guild is based on this island, and there's a small sort of hamlet there as well, where some people live. And then the second part is they need to return to the blacksmiths to for Mugnef to tell them how it went with the arrow, which it didn't because he didn't use it. But he's going to lie to them, I believe. He has to return back to the town of. Where's my notes? I've completely got a blank on the name of the town, which is great, isn't it? It was
Waterhole.
Waterhole, that's the one. They have to return to Waterhole, turn that part in, and potentially pick up some more contracts to basically pick up more gear from the blacksmiths. And that was more or less it. They sold some meat of the bird, the rock, to the owner of the pub in the small village of Hawkston. I think it was 70 kilos worth of meat. And that was it basically. And they took a rest there, a long rest, slept for the night. We said in the last session that the rock was a 20-foot creature. Further research that I did that evening, because I was absolutely determined that the wingspan was massive. It is a 200-foot wingspan on the rock, which is quite impressive. Hence it being a gargantuan creature. But yes, so we left you in the pub. The locals were taking the meat from the wagon that you brought into the tavern to be cooked and prepare meals with. And you guys probably spent the rest of the evening eating, drinking, making merry, and finally going to sleep to get your long rest. So we find ourselves the next morning. It's a nice summer's day. It's a warm breeze flowing through the windows of the upper level of this pub where you slept. And you come down for breakfast before you sort of get on with the day. You sort of notice there is some sort of a commotion going on outside. But you can go and take your breakfast. HK, however, does not stir from his... Being Warforged, you don't sleep, but you certainly would power down to recharge your batteries a little bit. Unfortunately, though, HK doesn't seem to rise from this powered down state, and in fact seems to almost power down completely. For HK, similar to the first time you came around from the crash, it's more like just blackness. I think you'd be aware, normally in your sort of sleep mode, if you will, you'd be aware of what's going on around you at least, but it's nothing. It's just complete nothingness.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't. When you finally do rise from this, your eyes flicker back to life, and you can rejoin the party downstairs. You aren't really sure what's happened there, but you do feel things aren't working properly for you. Particularly the legs just aren't working as well as they should do.
We have pills for that.
We did have a private conversation where I told Captain Danface what that would mean for him. It's up to him if he'll probably reveal it at some point. But yeah, the rest of you, you take your breakfast as normal. You sort of realise HK appears a lot later than yourselves. And for Logan, you are eating and drinking. There's fruit juices, there's meats, there's pastries. You're eating and eating and eating, and you just don't feel satisfied at all. It's almost as if you're just not eating. You might as well not bother. You don't feel satisfied in the slightest from this.
Anyone else feeling ridiculously hungry? This food's made of air.
Happy was this breakfast. One of the nicest I've had for a while.
Yeah, and Mugnef and Volta feel, like they are satisfied by it. They're normally, they're eating their breakfast, they're filling up, and they're quite happy. Yeah, Logan just sits there and just eats and eats and eats and nothing. It's almost as if, like I say, you're eating nothing. But as this goes on, eventually, as say HK rejoins you, feeling probably a little bit stiffer than maybe he would normally, or lacking in energy. But the commotion continues outside, and if you wanted to head out there and finally take a look at what's going on, you do see there are a few horse and carts coming up the road from the direction of Waterhold, and they're bringing bundles and bundles and bundles of paper to a large bird, a humanoid-looking man-sized bird, and it looks a bit like an African grey. And he sort of stood there, and he's not really wearing clothes or anything. He has sort of like a sash and a messenger's bag almost, and he's sort of taking bundles and signing things from the people bringing it up. And the people coming up from the town are all wearing like a naval dress, not a uniform, not like an officer's uniform, but more like a standard sort of sailor-y type uniform, like a white shirt, dark blue trousers and boots, and they're handing these things over, and things are being signed. And then these bundles are being taken by other birdmen, if you will. There are different types. There's a few that look more like parrots again. There's a couple like ones that look like hawks. But you notice they're all being taken off up into the tree houses that we mentioned before. And they're being sort of distributed, and you see these birdmen taking off out of the trees and flying in all different directions from this settlement. You could sort of get the impression that now that rock is gone, normal business can resume, and there is a fair backlog of things to be distributed throughout the world.
A bit like being on lockdown, eh?
A bit like being on lockdown. They were grounded. So yeah, I mean, how do you guys respond to what's going on and what has happened? Obviously, Logan, how your eating seems to have done nothing, and HK taking longer to stir from his rest mode.
Oh, I obviously think I burned a bit more energy than we thought fighting that rock, lads. I'm starving, so we need something good for dinner later. Anyway, what are these birdie fellows? I've not seen one of them before.
Must be some of the locals, I presume. Yeah, now that rock's gone. Business back to usual, I presume, for them.
And look at all the thanks we're getting, you know.
I'm just happy we did it. We helped. That's all the satisfaction I need.
We did help, but what did it do for us? We're no closer to where we need to be.
Good point.
But it got us some extra gold for traveling expenditure, and also, a damned good breakfast and a little sleep, which was very nice.
Oh, it was better than that last place we stayed.
The sleep, fantastic, but the food, not so much.
And people who have been following us the last couple of episodes will notice that Logan has taken on.
For all those who don't know, I can't fucking remember what accent I do every week. So today's...
So where's the
this
next
one.
port of call then, gentlemen?
Oh. Well, we've got to work out... Oh, that's a thought. Did you all get that same appearance that I had a couple of nights back from... what's his name? The god we're chasing after. Manoris, was it? No, it's not Filiac.
I know of... Obviously we've heard of Malnoris and Naphiliac on our travels, but I have no sightings, not recently.
No, I'm sorry I had a message from Malnoris saying he was lost on the astral plane. And we must deal with Naphiliac. That must have been a couple of days ago when we landed here.
I too had a vision of Malnoris, though he spoke of my creator rather than Nathiliac.
Why are you only telling us this now? What have you been baking about?
I thought I was going mad, to be honest.
It would appear that some damage has been done to my internal core when we used the Bifrost, and some systems have been offline lately. Small systems, nothing terrible, but
Are these systems needed?
for the moment, no. My mobility is slightly hindered, but other than that, it's mostly coolant.
Ah. So, how would we get you fixed? Where was it we saw the dwarven fellow who helped you with your tech?
That was back in some place.
Cambodia, I think it was.
Yeah, that was it.
Yes. Do you remember that city that we ran away from very, very, very quickly?
Yes. I'm not sure what sort of a state it would be in now, but the dwarves of Canlodia are those that built me for the Great War, so would probably be best suited for repairs.
Anybody heard of this town before that we're in? Well, we were in. Because I'm not sure where we are in the world compared to where we've been.
I had mentioned we were somewhere called Buckwin Island, but I've not heard of that before.
It's not one that's familiar to me.
Hmm.
Well, while you're discussing these matters, you do see a chap that looks more like an officer. This one's still wearing more of a suit, quite a fancy jacket. He seems to have some decoration about it as well, like medal sort of type things. And he sort of approaches and says, "You group there, are you the ones that dealt with that rock?"
Logan puffs his chest up. It's like, we are. You're welcome.
Excellent work. Yes, we were well aware that there was a bounty out for it, and we heard that someone had took up the call to arms, so to speak. And you seem to fit the description of the people that went off to do it. Great, fantastic. Well, I can tell you now, your presence is required back in Waterhold, at the naval, the Admiralty.
Oh, are we due a medal?
I have no idea what's coming your way, but your presence is required.
May we ask who you are?
Yes, you certainly may. If you bear with me, I'm just going to
I just have to read from my own passport.
my tome of notes to tell you who I am.
Admiral, I'm making up my name as I go.
It's a trap.
No. This is
definitely
a
is,
name which I do have.
Welcome. I hope you're well.
He's simply finding his credentials. It's perfectly normal with naval officers to have a few
Exactly.
habits. Yeah.
This is so my name is Captain Porter, and as you observe him, he's about in his 40s. He's got short hair, so he's got quite a posh-looking, more fancy uniform, which consists of a blue coat, white trousers, black boots, and a nice shirt underneath as well. Yes, Captain Porter's the name. Pleased to meet you. But yes, if you would, in your own time, there's no rush, I don't believe, you are required back there to meet with Lord Allgrit when you're ready. Well, I mean, I say when you're ready. You want you.
Oh, Lord.
Really, Lord Allgrit.
Anyone against us going now?
I have no issues with that.
I have no particular problems, but yeah, why
We
not?
probably should go via our friend just to say we've killed the rock. See if I can get some more arrows.
Then, Captain Porter, lead the way.
Oh no, I must stay here. I'm collecting intelligence that's coming in. So you know where it is. You know that Waterhold. You've been there. Just head down the road to the town.
We've been many places.
Captain, to facilitate our arrival at Lord Allgrit's presence, do you have access to horses or transports? If we could maybe borrow and leave at the Admiralty to return to you.
I heard that you've taken horses from the farm.
Oh yes, I've forgotten that we had some horses. You can never have too many, I find.
Maybe that's what that breakfast was this morning.
If you seem to have lost your horses, there are certainly horses here that could You could take passage back to the town on some of
I'm
these.
so hungry I could eat a horse.
All the horses actually have carts, so I mean, if you wanted to hitch a ride back in a cart, then you certainly could. It'd certainly be nicer than the cart that you've got, because the cart you've got is probably full of bits of meat and blood and.
Maybe if we could borrow a cart for our esteemed colleague HK, that would be good. It would be a nicer cart, I think, HK to ride in than the one that was full of rock.
The speed
Yes,
HK
quite.
runs, we could have him pull the cart with all of us on it.
I believe he said his legs were a bit problematical this morning. That is why I was asking on
Yes.
transport.
One
Captain
can
His
Morgan
old
walk
age.
says- Yes, certainly, absolutely. And he turns and he sort of clicks his fingers at people and says, you, come here. Could you ask these gentlemen where their horses are and just hitch up a new cart to one of their horses, please? And they're going to be on their way to Waterhold.
Have you ever heard
Is that
of,
okay with you, gentlemen? Is that okay for you?
I mean,
Thank you,
that sounds
Captain.
Perfect.
Excellent. Well,
Thank you.
let's not delay. Please, if you could be on your way as soon as possible. Lord Aldrich is very keen to speak to you.
Don't worry, HK. I'll find you some WD-40 one day.
I appreciate it.
And so one of these sort of savoury-looking chaps grabs a couple more people and they unhitch one of their wagons from one of their horses, and I suppose one of you can show them where you left yours. I think he sort of hits them outside the pub
Yeah.
for the night. And yeah, I mean they swap the carts over. HK can jump in the back, and you guys can ride for a few hours
Lovely.
and get yourselves back to Waterhold. And you pass.
If there's somewhere to stop on way, I might want to test my arrow out somewhere that's not too woody and not too flammable.
Yeah, I mean, you can stop anywhere on the way. You have absolute freedom to do so. If you
When
want
there's-
to, you can sort of observe and see if there's any creatures you can perhaps shoot at if you like to, or you can just try it out, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
I can find something to shoot at, that's better. Preferably nothing that will cause too much damage to the world.
Right, okay, let's find a... I'm going to see if there's a... I mean, I could go through the monster manual, but I'm just going to see if there is a random creature generator for 50.
I'd rather have something like a rabbit rather than
Was that pack of wolves?
a land version of a kraken or a dragon or something stupid like that.
It would be quite funny if it comes up
A
with
rock.
random encounter generator. Here we are.
Oh, where
Level-
rabbit?
Let's go for a level
I'm sorry,
1.
guys, if this gets us into big trouble.
No. Generate encounter. Requested data is invalid. How is it invalid?
It is at this moment.
Okay,
Do you
a
realise
rabbit
you
appears.
fucked up?
It's not working, and I'm not going to sit here and try and figure out how
It's
to
a
make it
white
work.
rabbit with red eyes.
Is it
So
a
you're-
rabbit?
you're- Oh dear, this one is up. That's not good. Okay, yeah, so you're riding along, and I suppose Mugnev probably calls out, "Hold, hold!" or whatever how he announces it, and he spots in the bushes there a rabbit.
Can
Um,
I try
go
and
ahead
lasso
and-
this rabbit?
I think he wants to test out his flashbang arrow, so go ahead.
No, I
Yeah.
want it as a pet.
You can have it as a pet once I finish with it.
What's left?
What's left of it? Just a lucky rabbit's paw on the floor smoking.
Yes, you should all have pets.
I take it I'm still rolling to foot hit at it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
mean, I think a rabbit's stats are probably like nothing, just negligible. As long as you hit
14.
roll a 1, I'm going to say you hit it.
Yeah. No, I saw just the 4 for a start for with, but it's 14.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hit a rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to make you roll damage; it's pointless. Yeah, so you fire this arrow off into the grassland, and everyone sort of watches this arrow just go, and as it sort of strikes where the rabbit is, there's a bang. There's a huge flash of light, massive sound, and you have one skewered rabbit that looks almost terrified at the same time as it died from the explosion of this flashbang. And it's yours to do with what you like.
Dinner, anybody?
I am famished.
No
I mean, if you want to
problem.
eat it, you can eat it. You probably want to cook it first, but
I mean, does this lightning arrow create heat?
it's not a lightning arrow; it's a flashbang arrow.
Oh, flashbang, sorry.
Yeah, it's a flashbang. So it's an arrow, but as it hits, it just does what a flashbang does. It's a loud noise and a big flash of light. So basically, disorientate you. That's the idea.
So
But it does
this rabbit's
damage at the
very
same time.
disorientated in millions of pieces.
No, not in millions of pieces. It's just a noise. It's not like a frag grenade. But the arrow certainly penetrates it and kills it.
Oh no.
Does the sound have much effect on us, or is it just loud?
Turn myself up.
No, because it was
How is
within
that?
a 10-foot radius. I'm presuming you would have been intelligent enough to shoot
Yeah.
it further away than 10 feet.
No, that's fair enough. I was just double checking us how loud it was. Really.
Yeah. I let it go off as right by my feet.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's loud, and you would have seen the flash, but it's not going to cause
No,
you any
that's right.
problems at this range.
It's only for description purposes later. That's
Yeah.
Walther, do you have a way of heating or cooking this that would be safe whilst on the cart? Cannot tell you how hungry I am.
Cooking it, no, I can warm it, but I don't know whether that would cook it. I could flavor it, but I don't know whether that would cook it. So no, I'm going to say cooking rabbit on the cart, no, probably not.
I have a tinderbox if you wish to start a fire.
Does anybody have heat metal?
Is it a mechanical rabbit?
No, but if I heat some metal and put it on it, it will be like a pan.
Well, I can do that with prestidigitation. I guess I can warm it through. If you wish to put it in a pan, it'll just take a little while.
Then I shall request that me and Walther start cooking this rabbit up for me as we travel.
So you're going to put some sort of metal in the back of the cart with HK.
No,
Cooking.
I was thinking I'll hold my axe like sideways, so I'm holding the wood bit, and
Yeah.
Walther prestidigitates the steel part of it hot, and we use it as kind of like a skillet and put chunks of rabbit on it.
Yeah, that works, but you're going to do this while you're riding along.
Yeah,
Have you ever ridden a horse?
yeah.
While trying to barbecue rabbit.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
you're
It's
saying
gonna
this
be
as
pretty
if I don't
difficult.
normally do stupid things.
There's that.
I could just put him in my chest compartment and then heat me
Do like Bender,
Just like-
just open him up
Like a
and put him in.
microwave.
like a pizza oven.
Oh, I'm missing
Oh,
the
it's
fact
gonna-
that this hasn't got a whisper facility. I want to whisper to the DM. I can't.
Yeah, that's a shame. Oh, you could send me a message on Facebook, I suppose. Why don't you, if you want to try and cook this rabbit as you ride, I want a dexterity check of some description.
I think that's going to be
Oh.
Walther's area as he's holding the spell. I'm literally sat there with an axe in my hand.
Yes, but you're also riding along like this, trying to hold a rabbit on a. I don't know. That's a bit. Far.
I just cast the spell and it warms something for an hour. It's fine. I don't have to concentrate. I cast the spell. It's done with. I'm walking away. You know.
So, if
Chill warm.
Logan, give us a dexterity check to see if you hold on to this thing successfully for, I don't know, an hour whilst you're cooking it.
Make sure you do it evenly on both sides.
So you'd have to turn it over and all that sort of stuff as well.
It's not letting me roll.
You had a bag of dice there a moment ago.
Just make a whole rotisserie.
I have messaged you, Mr. DM.
I'm just about to look. I did hear the notification.
He actually has the spell cook rabbit. And
Yes.
I got the grand old score of 10.
I will say it's a bit dicey, but as you're riding over the next hour, you can very sort of
Dicey. I see what you did there.
yeah exactly. You kind of cook it. It looks edible.
That smells good.
And I think I don't know if Corbs, if you want to explain what you've done, or you would like me to explain it.
By all means, you explain it. It's fine.
So a slight, I suppose true, a slight hand check, but I think you're probably so preoccupied with this cooking you wouldn't notice. A second prestidigitation. Can't say it now. A second prestidigitation. He actually manages to flavour the rabbit for you. The humble sprout is the flavour it takes on. And so you tuck into this rabbit and you discover
I hate sprouts.
the flavour of sprout. Unfortunately, once again, it doesn't seem to satisfy you. You are still hungry.
We need more rabbits and more pets.
You considered maybe you just need a lady of the night.
Yeah, most people are happy with that, to be honest.
Don't be saying that.
So you're continuing on your way, and that's after a few hours. You make your way back. It's sort of going on. You would have left probably mid-morning. It's probably lunchtime, maybe 1 o'clock-ish by the time you arrive. Travelling on the road, certainly a lot easier to arrive there by. You're not on any rough terrain or nothing. And obviously
on the
you're on
road
horseback.
again.
But you arrive back, probably ate
Just
some
can't
rations
wait
that
to
you
get
have in
on
your
the road
packs, I would imagine,
again.
to keep yourselves going throughout the lunchtime. But you go past that awful pub that you experienced the first time you arrived here, and you make your way down the starting to become familiar streets towards the Admiralty building, which was surrounded by a large or high wall. You can see the watch tower and the clock towers poking over the top of those. Let's have a quick look. Cool. And there is the gatehouse, or the gate leading in to the courtyard where this grand mansion-type looking building is. There's two chaps on the gate. Again, they're not wearing anything like officers' uniforms. They're in standard sailory type attire, as previously described. And they'll stop you, ask you to dismount from your horses. And what is your business here at the Admiralty, please, sirs?
We
We have been sent to the presence of Admiral. Oh, what's his name?
Old
Lord.
Or something like that.
Lord Allgrit.
Old Gritman, you know. Grit sucker. No, Grit.
Hello, Greg.
Ah, yes.
Why
we're
don't
here
you
to see
Baileys for the shoe?
Lord Allgrit. Oh, lovely, lovely.
Old Grit, yeah.
That's fine. Yes, no problem at all. Sorry, I'm just catching all these. Stop sending silly messages. I'm trying to concentrate. Yes. So yes. Lord Allgrit. You must be the people who dealt with the Rock. He only has like one appointment today, so you must be those people.
Yes, we're here for the reward.
Right. Okay. I'm sure he will discuss that with you. What's your names, please, so I can pass those on to his secretary and get you in as quickly as possible.
Mugneth, son of Asher. It says he.
The tall chap is called HK. My name is Walter.
And
Wonderful.
I'll be Logan. Don't forget it. Write it in the history books.
Excellent, excellent. Right, gentlemen. Yes, you're permitted to go through. I will go ahead of you and speak to the secretary. When you go into the building, there's a large greeting room there, a reception room as you enter. There's a grand staircase that leads up to the upper levels. On the ground floor, and it is actually mostly taken up of offices. On the upper floor, you have the library, Lord Albrecht's chambers, and there is the war room as well, the naval planning sort of operations room as well. But yes, if you go on into the reception area, the lobby there, and just take a seat, and we'll be with you ASAP. Thank you very much. And he sort of skitters off,
Thank you.
and
Sir,
heads off inside.
sir,
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
please
How
may
can
I
help?
have a refreshment while we wait?
Yes. I'm sure someone will bring along some wine or something.
Excellent.
Would
Thank
that-
you, my
would
good
that
sir.
be- Excellent. Okay. And he goes in and he sort of mentions something to someone as you sort of follow in, and it is very grand. There's a black and white checkered tiled floor, chandeliers hanging from the ceilings, large red flowing curtains from huge windows, and a grand like an oak staircase that leads up around, sort of spirals around a bit, with a nice rug that comes down over the top. And the chairs are very grand, like wingbacks, leather.
Thank you very
studded,
much for the hydrate, Duckman. Much
nails
appreciated.
and such, in a rich mahogany type wood. And you take a seat, and someone comes along with a glass or two of wine for you. They offer one to Mugnef, Bolter, Logan. They look at HK and would you like some wine? Do you drink wine? What are you?
I can. I am a machine.
Oh,
I know
how
not.
strange. We've never seen anything like that around here. Okay. And they pass you a glass. Anyone, you can take a drink. And Logan, again, no satisfaction from this, I'm afraid. Nothing. You don't even notice it.
It's like water.
No, that's the problem. It's not like water. You're starting to feel really hungry, really thirsty.
Do I have any knowledge at all as to why I can't feel anything food-wise? Is it to do with that tarot deck thing, the deck of many things?
Could be.
How is there any way I can do some kind of check, or is it not something I would know?
You could. Well, I think the wizard told you what the effect of the card was.
He
Also, we
did,
had to
but
retcon
because
it.
of the retcon, I'm unsure.
So the retcon was I basically the card that you drew. I read the description was from an older edition, the 5th edition of this card is that a devil or a demon is trying to make your life really unbearable, and it will continue until he kills you or he is killed himself. That was explained in that episode where you picked that out, so I'm happy to tell you that, no problem at all. But that would be the conditions of that particular card. So you start thinking, like, why is this happening to you? And you start probably thinking, oh, it's got something to do with that, I'm sure.
Well, fuck me sideways. Where is this magician? I don't know why I'm
well-
from the West.
It's another voice change from Logan.
What can I say? It's another personality of Joy coming out.
He was in the market square, if you remember.
I mean,
Anyway,
guys, once we've claimed our reward and our renown, let's go find this magician, because I am hungry, and he is not going to get away with this for much longer.
Hope you don't plan on eating him.
If that's what it takes. Who's with me?
You keep talking of reward. Have we not already been paid? I don't know.
You don't ask, you don't get. Not so much the reward, I want the renown. I was born fighting in the pits where nothing mattered except not falling into your own shit and piss. I want my name to be known.
Ah, so you were a primary school teacher.
Yes.
well, as you're discussing these matters, the chap at the gate comes down the stairs. Excellent. Right, Lord Aldrich's ready to see you now. If you head up the stairs, first door on the left, just pop your head in, and he'll see you. Okay?
Only our heads?
Well, if you pop your head in and say hello, then he'll probably invite you in. You see?
Just the tip of the
Do we not get, like, an announcement?
Um,
We are the
Well,
heroes who
I'm-
defeated the
I'm
Rock.
sure- well, I'm sure if you ask a receptionist, she'll probably, she'll probably announce you if you like.
I was born in in the darkness,
Thank you.
molded by it.
Hey, you're most welcome.
I did not see
Well,
the
off you
light
pop.
of the world till I was
You can
already a
all
man.
jump up and
Yes.
start
I
heading
like it.
up the staircase, and you head to the left, and there is a small, almost like a cupboard, really, with a woman at a desk, and she looks up. Yes, can I help you?
No, we're going in there.
Oh, you must be the lot to see Lord Allgrit. All right then. He's waiting for you if you want to go in.
I don't think
Would
I
you like
want
to
the
announce
announcements
this?
anymore.
Please, I really want to hear this announcement.
I've got your names here. Would you like me to let him know that you're here?
Loud and proud, please.
All right. And so she stands up from her desk, and she's wearing like a dress. It looks a bit old, a little bit worn out. It was probably like a nice, vibrant red, like a regal red at one point, but now it seems to be a bit faded and stained in a few places. And she seems to be wearing spectacles, which are looking a bit crooked. Her hair is grey and just sort of in a bun at the top, and just she's looking like she's had enough. She's ready to retire, but she sort of creeps past you and opens the door. Lord Allgrit, the people are here to see you. May I present to you Mugnef, son of Ashol. I've got Logan,
Son of none.
a chap called Walter, and this one here is called HK. Right, come on then, lot, in you come. And you walk through the door, and it's a big, grand, stately type room. There are flags of different, well, you might presume kingdoms or something like that. There are flags dotted around the place. Bookshelves and maps and tables and a globe. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those sort of wooden, round wooden things with a large globe and that sort of thing in it. I don't know what you call it.
Like
to
a
be
little
honest.
drinks cabinet globe thing.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And it's it's all very well decorated out. A regal red carpet, a huge wooden desk, and behind it is a very fat old man. He's bald. He has a monocle. Very regal looking with his clothes. He's got very ceremonial type clothes on, and he sort of looks a bit like this. If he's got like a monocle and that sort of thing. I don't know what the noise was.
Count, I think.
Ed Sheeran seems to have joined us on the stream.
I have a headache.
Got to thought it was Bono for a second.
And he
I
looks up at
literally
you.
just
Goes,
typed about Bono in the chat, wondering what was going on.
Hello. And as he sort of leans forward, he just goes, "Oh dear me, excuse me. Anybody, would you like a sherry or a brandy, perhaps? So help yourself to the decanters there as you come in the door if you'd like a sherry."
I help myself to a brandy. I'll head over to the brandy table. Thank you.
And he raises his glass. He goes, "Oh, fine tipple. A fine tipple. So, gentlemen,
Brilliant.
I understand that you've dealt with that bloody bird."
Yes, we have, as you say, cooked his goose.
"Excellent. I've sent many a good man up there to try and deal with this problem, and not one of them's come back."
A shame.
"Well, they obviously weren't that good of a man, were they? They couldn't deal with that fucking bird."
Kudos to Mr. DM. In chat, you've got people who say they can imagine exactly what he looks like from how you've described him and with the accent and everything.
Think of which one of the two Ronnies was the bigger one? Ronnie Barker, isn't it?
Barker.
I'm sort of picturing Ronnie Barker. He sort of does a pompous old chap with a monocle. I'm sort of thinking of that. Anyway, that's by the by. Excellent. So I'm very glad that you've dealt with this bird. Now, I'm very interested to speak to you because I have several problems. around the town that
Of
all
course you
need
do.
dealing with, and I was wondering if you might be able to help.
And what are these problems?
And what is the
Well-
reward?
Then we'll get on to rewards in a minute. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me today. Anyway,
I just take like a step back.
you do, please do. I'm very rude. I haven't offered you a chair. Down before me. You don't have to stand. Well, we've got a bit of a problem, you see. We have a very good relationship. We have a population on the island. Have you ever heard of a creature called a turtle? No?
Uguay?
No.
Fascinating beings.
Maybe.
Have you ever heard of a turtle?
Oh, I know of the turtle.
Well, a turtle is like a turtle. It's a lot bigger, though. Bit like a man-sized type thing. And we've got a population of them on the island. We have a very good relationship with these turtles. But we've had a bit of a problem. We've often helped them, and they've helped us since we established this naval port here. But they have a bit of a problem. They can't. There's only about 6 or 7 of them, and they're on a beach called Turtle's Point, quite conveniently named.
Creative.
That's convenient.
Creative.
Very creative, aren't they? They're not. They don't seem that they're all really there. I don't think. But anyway, they're kind of stuck. They can't get anybody in, and they can't get anybody out. And we're having problems ourselves with the shipping lane around there because some bloody krakens has appeared in the bay. I don't know where it come from, but it seems to suddenly have appeared, and it's causing all sorts of problems. They don't feel quite safe in the water themselves because obviously they've become food for this thing, so they're not swimming in the sea at the moment. And our boats are having a real problem with it. But I'm wondering perhaps if you could help deal with this problem. There's that, you see. And I really want to get to the bottom. Have you heard of the stone golem outside of the town? It's up on the hill somewhere. Have you heard of the stone
Oh,
golem?
yes, we visited that. I very nearly touched it until my fellow cohorts told me to back away.
He's always monitoring. You bloody madman! You shouldn't touch it. We don't know what it's there for. But
Well, I know that now.
3 hogs, maybe.
I think what we need to do is send word. A couple of very well-educated people here have been able to tell me. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Oh, dear me. And he takes another swig of brandy. Would one of you be so kind as to refill my glass, please? Please, one of you.
Yeah, I will refill it.
I mean,
Oh, excellent, excellent, my metal friend. So, a couple of experts have agreed that it's got something to do with dwarves. And I've been waiting to send word to Carnlodia to see if any scholars might be able to come out and have a look at it for me. If you'd be so kind, you could possibly go there or help me in some way of getting someone up there. Maybe provide protection for anybody that goes up there. Obviously, we have to wait a little while for the word to come back that it's someone can go with you. And at this point, the lady who let you in sort of appears. Sir, I've got a telegram coming for you. It was flown straight here this morning. After word of that rock was gone, they sent it straight away. And it's just arrived. Oh, excellent, excellent. Please bring it in. And this woman places a letter on the desk and he starts perusing. Oh,
I quite like this
excellent.
guy.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This isn't. No. Well, I suppose it all ties in quite nicely, I suppose. It appears that you're all under arrest. No, that can't be right, surely.
Motherfucker, say what?
He starts looking at the paper. No, that can't be right. All under arrest? What are they under arrest for? Let me read on. The King of Carnlodia wants you brought in. Who?
That's not under arrest. We can just come in. We can come and talk to him if he wants to.
Well, it says you must go with an escort at once. You must be taken to the King's Lake.
Does it say why?
I mean,
He wishes to speak with you all.
I have a fear that if I don't deal with a problem I need to deal with in town first, I may not get there.
You have a problem in the town? What is this problem?
Just a small issue I have with a wizard.
Oh. Well, I hope you're not causing any problems around the town. I won't be having any troublemakers around here.
You're not, and you just enjoy your brandy.
Oh, I will, yes, don't you worry about that. Well, I suppose... well, this is awfully difficult now. How am I going to deal with this problem?
Surely you as a king have some sway, maybe just a slight delay.
I have a sway with the king. I don't have any sway with the Carnlodia. I have very little. It's very irregular indeed. I tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to send my receptionist downstairs to fetch a member of my one of the men. I'll get one of the men, and they can accompany you about the town. I don't want you to leave the town until I get to the bottom of all this. And then once I got to the bottom of all this, we'll be able to find out what we're going to do about it. All right? How does that sound?
That sounds fair.
That does sound fair.
I don't wish to impede on your freedoms. I don't understand what this is all about. I don't know, but I don't want to impede on your freedom. So I will send someone with you, so I can at least summon you. I'll know where you are. I can have them summoned back. I'm sure that'll be fine. Lovely. Well, it's great to meet you all. Now, if you'd kindly like to leave. Well, in fact, I need to get my receptionist in here, don't I? Lilith! Come here now! He starts going, he's banging on his desk. Lilith! And she looks in the door. Yes, sir? Could you go get one of the men? They're going to... I would like one of the men to accompany this band of men here, and they're going to stay in the town. But I need someone to go with them. Could you please arrange that for me? Yes, sir. And she disappears, and a couple of moments later, the chap who saw you at the gate comes in. Oh, hello, sir. Are you okay there? Yes, I would like you to... Men... Oh, dear me. I'd like you to accompany these men about the town, and I'm going to get to the bottom of whatever's going on here. So, could you please accompany these men? Yes, that's absolutely fine. Okay, gentlemen, would you like to come with me? And I'll follow you on your business for the day, if that's okay. Yes, lovely. Let's all go then. Thank you. And he sort of stands there waiting for you, and you can pop up and head off to do whatever you'd like to do, and you're just going to be accompanied by this rather friendly chap.
At one point, do you mind if I visit the library? Your library here at some point.
Who are you saying? Are you saying this to the chap or the or Lord Allwit?
Wherever you got me into the story.
Well, yeah, I mean,
say it to the Lord as.
Well, just as you're leaving the room, you can ask him. Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, you can look in the library. Not a problem at all. Not a problem. I do actually like to have the library open to the general public, but they do need an appointment. You see, not as any old Tom, Dick, or Harry can come walking in here. But that's okay. You're in here now, so if you want to have a look at the library, please do.
Thank you.
Excellent.
And your brandy's very good. Much appreciated.
That's okay. Oh.
On the way out,
he turns his head away before he stops laughing out loud.
Oh, God.
Magnus, one day you must visit the libraries of Elantelos. It is a most illuminating place to go.
I fear the libraries of Lancelot are probably broken.
Oh, there are the secret libraries of Atlantelos. Don't worry. The knowledge is there if you wish to find it. I'm sure you'll
Oh.
find it most satisfying.
I will take you up on that
This does sound
when
intriguing.
we go.
If only I could read.
Sometime.
With regards to the library, I did speak to Corbs and Ben separately because I said to you if you wanted to use the library, there are rules in the books for research and such alike and learning new skills, and I've kind of modified that a little bit, and it will
Rules are
be
more what we consider
D4
guidelines.
weeks. You can take the book that you require. So if you announce what it is you would like to gain from it, so I would like to learn, well, as the research rule states, if you would like to learn about some lore or something like that, a person within the campaign, you can spend time to read up on that person or that thing.
Oh, no.
And then there's a set table where you can sort of see what the results of that are. You can do that. I think I said about D4 weeks spent reading a book. Or was it a week? I can't remember. It was a week now, and you had to bribe. There was outcomes where you had to bribe people. Without looking it up, I can't remember off the top of my head. But I did speak to you both about it. But yes, you can research stuff if you want to find out anything. But the modification I made was that you can, as you're both magic users, if you wanted to try and learn a spell, there are books in the world where it contains the knowledge of different spells, different magics. You can read about it, and then you have to find someone who can teach you about it. Similar to like gaining new skills or proficiencies, you can find an instructor, but I don't think there's any sort of thing officially written down. I might be wrong. If someone in chat knows and can correct me, that's fine. For spellcasters, I didn't find anything about learning new spells in that manner. Obviously, it's different for the warlock because you can learn spells in a certain manner. But yeah, I mean, if you want to take out a book on magic to learn, if you announce what spell it is, as long as it's within your scope to learn it, and then you'd need to find someone who can teach that particular thing to you.
Yes.
But it depends on what use you want to get out of the library, basically. But I think it was about a week. We had to spend so much money, 50 gold, I think it was, on research materials, basically, which is bribes and other bits and bobs for people within the library to help teach you something. There's some contradictory information. Read it in the various books, but the long and short of it is that you spend some
I'm
time.
sure we
with it.
can come out with something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all there. I just can't remember it off the top of my head. I don't remember these sort of details.
Yeah, mine aren't so much learned as given from people shall not be named.
And of course, you know from the blurb I gave you on that dagger of yours that you could obtain information in certain ways as well.
Yeah. While I'm thinking about it, I just realised one of my things I was doing. I took a reading of this, the writing that was underneath the what you called it,
Stone Golem on that.
Stone Golem, thank you.
What looked like a capstone, yeah.
Yeah. I misread it to start with, but I got comprehend languages. It said I don't know if I can use this, but
what's the wording on comprehend languages?
Yeah. It says it's just the second part I'll get into, but it goes for the duration. You understand the literal meaning of any spoken
while these are
language.
going through some rules and trying to decide what they
you
want to do about
also
this library.
understand any written language that you see.
I was thinking of
But
Link's
you must be
Awakening,
touching
which
the
is one of the
surface
first games I
on
ever
which
fully
you
completed.
understand any written
Way
language
back on the old
that
Grey
you see.
Game Boys.
Oh, sorry, I'm repeating
when
myself
I was
there.
young. So I've recently got
any
that.
words
I've
that
also
are
got
written.
Breath of the Wild.
It takes
and
about 1 minute to read one page of
also
text.
been looking at doing a World
The
War Z
spell
stream.
doesn't
That looks
decode
like a
secret
hell of a lot of fun
messages
again.
in a text.
We tried it the other night, but we had some
such as
tech
arcane
issues, so we just played it off
secret
stream as well.
I can't pronounce that properly.
Breath of the Wild.
And that isn't part of a written
Oh,
language.
dude, Blazing.
Yeah, I would
How
say
you been, Blaze? I've not seen you for ages. I'm doing good.
You could definitely understand. Now I know that when you were at the actual site, you never touched anything. So if you were to go back there, then I would certainly allow you to touch it and understand what it says, because it doesn't say that you can't understand an ancient dead language. So, yeah, I mean, you could definitely do that.
So it has to be what's written on there rather than what I wrote on a piece of paper.
Yeah, because the wording was you had to touch the item, didn't it?
Oh,
But then I suppose
I'm
if
a
you've
big
noted
fan
it
of
down,
save
if you've
games
copied
generally.
it into a book,
By touching the
But
surface
I've
on
refused
which
to start
the
it because I
words
do want
are
to stream it at some
written.
point, so we may go for that.
if
Doesn't
you've
say
written
it,
it,
but I
if you've
noted.
written it as it appeared in your book, yeah, I would say that could work. Yeah, because you've
Looks
written it
like nice
down,
vibes.
you've copied it. So yeah, all right.
For Breath of the Wild,
If you
so,
wanted to spend the
yeah,
moment,
we'll do that Thursday. Breath of the
while
Wild.
you're, I presume, did you guys want to go into the library, or are you just gonna sort of like stop everyone and just go, oh, I just want to check this out a moment, and then
I'm
do
happy
it?
just to say I've got something I want to check. I'm happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, you also like to stop a moment and sort of everyone sort of stood there looking while Mugnef is going through his notebook. Okay. I'm just trying to find what it said now. I did write down what it said.
Yeah, I misread it again in there, which is why I didn't do it at the top.
No, that's okay.
Feel free to climb on up and join us in the Treehouse Discord.
Did I
Link
write
below.
it down? I really should put some like
That's pretty cool. That I've only just set the bottle to these
sticky
auto
notes in here
message
so I can sort
business.
of
Saves
name
me how to do
everything.
stuff. But something you do
What
have.
the hell was that? Okay. So what you've written down, you place your hand on the book to try and comprehend it, and the spell starts to work. And in your mind's eye, I would say you almost the words sort of change, or the I don't know what Defek is. It's probably like a runic language, but it sort of shifts into common. But only you can see it. If you showed it to other people, they wouldn't see it. And it says, "My ship, back off, property of ET Star Runner."
Sorry, my ship.
T-Star.
Sorry.
This is kind
It
of
says, "My ship,
sci-fi.
Yeah,
back off,
yeah.
property of ET Star Runner."
Of ED, did you say?
ET.
Oh,
E.T.
E.T.
for
Gone
Tommy.
home.
Star
You gone
Runner.
home.
Okay,
Elvis ain't dead, baby.
And that's
He's
all it
just gone
says.
home.
fair enough. Thank you. I presume did everybody stick around for a few minutes?
I guess.
Yeah, if we got an escort, then probably
We've
need
got
to.
a beautiful escort of a man.
I think I worked out what was written under that golem.
What was it? Could I have touched it?
Could have, but I don't know what would have happened. It says, "My ship, back off, property of ET Star Runner."
I mean,
Ship.
is that regarding the golem is a ship, or it's guarding a ship, or it just marks a ship, or do you know anything more?
I only know what's written. I can maybe see if there's anything in this library mentioning an ET Star Runner.
Maybe that'll be enough for
or-
old
or
Brandy
my ship.
bastard in there.
The guy that's escorting you, he's just, well, that sounds awfully interesting. It sounds like I know Lord Aldrich's been desperate to get someone in to figure out what's going on with all that. But perhaps there's information you could relay to him.
Certainly, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't see why not. We've got a few things we need to do, but if we're still right outside, we might as well.
So I mean, you can all turn around and go back through, and the lady looks up at you and her sighs, and then the chap who's with the scope, he's knocking on the door. And he pops his head and he goes, "Lord Aldrich, the people who you sent me to escort, one of them seems to think they know what's written on that stone where the golem is." "Oh, really? Oh, that's absolutely fascinating. Oh, brilliant. Well, bring them in. Don't waste any time." And so you enter back into the room. "Oh, that was a quick jaunt, wasn't it? Oh, lovely.
Oh,
What did you want to tell me about?"
You know that golem that you were interested in?
"Oh, yes, absolutely."
And we visited it the other day, and I took some notes on what was written underneath it. It says, "My ship, back off, property of E.T. Star Runner."
Oh, that's interesting. A
It
ship,
is.
you say?
Yeah, we don't know if it's the Golem's the ship, or whether or who E.T. Star Runner is, or what E.T. Star Runner is, or any ideas?
No, no, never heard of anything of this before. It is very fascinating, but a ship? Is there a ship up there? There can't be a ship.
Or
There's no
unless the
ships
ship
up
does
there.
something that
I've
can
not seen
carry.
any ships up there. I mean, not that I've actually been up there. I mean, that's all. I leave that to the lesser folk. But a ship up there. Oh, wow, fascinating. I've not heard any reports of a ship. E.T.
Well,
Star Runner. What an interesting name. I'm presuming that's a name.
It's definitely
is a
an
good
unusual
question.
name.
It doesn't ring any bells with you.
No, I've never heard of any of it. Well, I'm presuming it's a name. No, I've never heard of anything like it before.
I don't suppose while we're here we could get a little more food.
Well, yes, I mean, you could certainly go for and see if there's a street vendor, or there's two pubs in the town. You could go to the pubs and see if it's just gone lunchtime, so they might still have some food on the go. You never know.
A harsh bastard.
I suppose lunchtime it is then. Unless you want to go to the wizard first.
I definitely need to go to that wizard. I don't think lunchtime's going to do me any good without it.
Then we are off to see the wizard.
The wonderful wizard of wherever the fuck we are.
Where you're in Waterhole, chap.
Lions and
Would
tigers.
anybody
Yes,
care
oh
to
my.
fetch me a sherry?
Certainly, yeah.
I thought you were a brandy man.
Yes, but I fancy a sherry.
What else do you drink?
Port, wine, mead, beer, all sorts, really.
Have you tried this new thing? It's called water.
No, I mean, I do drink water sometimes, but I do prefer a lovely tipple of the finest brandies, sherries, wine. You see, sort of salivating a little bit as he's talking about it. There.
I imagine a
Oh
lot
dear.
of spittle coming out as he talks.
So, could someone please pass me over a sherry?
That's disgusting, man.
I will
Certainly.
certainly do that, yes. Have the decanter.
Thank you. Oh, yes, bring the decanter. Absolutely fantastic. Lovely. Oh, I'm going to have to go for a piddle soon, I think.
Very must
On
go,
that note,
I fear. We will leave you to it, my friend.
Yes, I'll have to get the chamber pot out in a minute, I think. Right.
before we have to do that for him, can we get going?
That's pretty
Yes, by all
That's
means.
pretty grim.
Thank you very much for deciphering what's written there. And
What about our reward? You said we'll get to that.
what reward? I don't remember.
Well, you asked us for help with these two things. We've solved one of them. What's the reward?
I don't believe you have, so you told me what's written on there. But
It's more than you knew before.
Well, it is, yes. Well, I tell you what, why don't you help yourself to a glass of brandy? That could be your reward for this.
I mean, have you drunk from the bottle?
No, I never know what.
Then I will settle for you to fill my wineskin with brandy.
Well, I'm not going to fill it for you.
Not you
You
personally,
fill it
but
yourself.
would you be averse to me filling my wineskin with your brandy?
No, help yourself. Someone will bring me more in a minute.
He'll go ahead and fill it up and motion for the others to like, come on, brandy.
Yeah.
Help yourselves,
same.
help yourselves. Oh, Thomas! Thomas! Will you get in here, Thomas? this sort of scruffy looking bloke in almost like a chef's attire, really, turned up. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can I help you? Yes, I need more brandy and whatever else they've drained from my decanters. Could you please get me some more from the kitchens? Yes, sir. Most certainly, sir. And he runs off. Oh, jolly good chap. Oh, I like that Thomas. I like that Thomas. He brought me a lovely leg of lamb for lunch.
Dan's there with
Wish
my
we known your
actual
love
alcohol.
of food,
God
'cause we
damn
would have
it,
brought
Dan.
you some rock.
Oh, you butchered the bird, did you? Lovely.
Oh,
Look, I'm sorry.
I have some here. He reaches into his bag of holding and pulls out a big chunk of cooked rock leg for him and presents it to him.
Not rock.
He starts getting a handkerchief and he's like patting his forehead. Oh, lovely. And place it there on the desk. Would you? And he looks at you and he seems to be going a bit cross-eyed and he goes, "Oh dear. Well, I shan't be needing that chamber potter."
Let's go.
Sorry, you kept me talking with far too man. I don't have the constitution as I once did. Never mind. I just have to get Thomas to clean it all up.
Bloody poor Thomas. Right. Let's go to see the wizard.
And your escort follows you, and you get back down to the market. Oh god, I can't remember what the wizard's voice was like now.
I just make it up like I do. It'll just be different.
No, that's not very professional at all.
Professional? What's that? What's professional with voices?
Yeah, you head down to the market and you find that gnomish. I think he was a gnome, wasn't he? Or was he a halfling? I can't remember. In fact, why do I need to remember? I wrote it down. I can remember now.
Probably.
That's too far forward. Where is he? Because it actually had a name, didn't it? It was Fizz Girdles, Magica and Tonics. And he was a gnomish man called Albrit. No, that was the general store.
Oh yeah, that's
Or the general marketplace. Yeah, no, that's right. It's a gnomish man called Albrit Fizzgirdle, sorry. He's a bit mad. He had the wild grey hair, a very unkept bushy moustache, and he wore a dirty-looking suit, which was like a plainish colour, like a silvery grey plainish colour. And he looks up and goes, "Oh, it's you again! How can I help you?"
I seem to not be able to satiate my hunger after our last encounter, sir.
Well, you did dive straight into the deck of many things, and it's a gamble, and you took it. Sorry, no refunds, no
I'm
money
not
back.
after a refund. I'm wondering if there's a way to solve my issue of I'm hungry.
Well, and he takes out his spell book. He sort of starts leafing through it. Well, yes, I believe that the only way you're going to solve this problem is by dealing with the effect of the card. In your case, there's a demon that doesn't like you very much. So you're going to have to kill the demon, I think. Find some way of getting rid of him.
Do you have any information or any way that you know I could find out what or where or anything about this demon? I mean, there's a whole world around us.
Yes, I know! Fascinating, isn't it? No, I don't have a clue. Sorry.
I mean,
Wouldn't take before. I'm just a common wizard.
can I get rid of this card and try a different one?
No! No, you selected that one. And you're lucky you got that one. You could have been banished to an entirely different plane.
I mean, do you have much knowledge of these cards?
No, not really. I see what comes out.
So, do you have any idea whether I'm likely to die if I stop eating, or am I just destined to be hungry forever?
I don't know. That's the fascinating thing about this. I just don't know.
It is very fascinating. I agree with you on that one. Very
You,
interesting.
you say it is a demon who is inflicting this upon him.
Oh yes, absolutely. That was the nature of the card. It was a demon.
May I see the card again? The same one?
Oh, bugger.
You wish for me to draw from the deck of many things?
I just wish to see that card again.
Ah, but I don't know what position in the deck the card is in, so you're going to have to the deck and see what you get.
I mean,
As a friend, don't do it.
but you know I'm a gambler.
There may be a way in which I could ascertain the demon who is afflicting you, I suppose.
Ooh, do tell me more.
I
Trickster demon.
don't think I wish to tell you more here.
Okay, so should I ignore these cards you're telling me right now?
Not entirely sure. Visit Fizz Girdle, I think. Is there any more information you can share with us at this point to enlighten?
No, I don't have a clue. It's completely random. I know that much, and I don't have a clue.
Excellent. Then thank you very much for your time. There is nothing more he can do for you, I'm afraid, Logan.
No, that's absolutely right. Thank you for wasting my time. See you later.
Goodbye.
He turns
Bye.
back and he's like, God damn it, I fucking hate that guy.
I heard that.
You
I
heard
find him
nothing.
confusing.
Silence.
I'm telling you now, I'm a great and powerful wizard. Right here.
You're a
And
great
just you stop talking to
embarrassment.
me like that.
Can we go for a drink, guys?
I need
think
many
we should
drinks
go
after
for a
this
drink.
guy. He's no great wizard, he's a great embarrassment.
At least I suppose with this affliction you could win many drinking contests.
You see him flicking through his spell book as you're in fight.
Drinks!
Maybe we should
Someone said
leave.
drinks!
They said there was 2 pubs in this place. We've been to one, which is terrible. Let's run second.
Agreed.
Yes. Let us fill ourselves with liquids.
Thank you for nothing, Fizzy Gibbles.
Oh, you're going to regret that.
Look, you've got a demon afflicting you, and now you want to make an enemy of the only wizard in town. Is
I
there
was simply thanking
nobody
him for
you-
his services.
Hey, excuse me, I'm wizard.
Speaking of which,
Ah! Sorry, I had
Long
not
enough.
recognized the way
using
you
your wizarding ways, can you tell me anything more than this trickster could do?
I'm
Who you
not telling
call
you
the
nothing.
trickster?
You insult me. You come here and insult me. Now fuck off.
You don't need insulting, you do a good enough job of it yourself.
Right, that's it. You're very asking for it. I'm going to find you a spell that's going to really fuck you up. Right, I've had enough of this.
I doubt you can read.
And he starts furiously thumbing his way through
Himself.
his spellbook.
Logan's gonna draw his big ass sword.
Now, just you stay there.
I mean, I'm not gonna wait here.
I tried pushing Logan towards the door.
And he's looking up at you,
Come
and he
on.
keeps looking back down in his book, and he's
Can I just like
furiously.
slap the book out of his hands, then walk out?
We'd have to walk up to him to do that.
Oh, it's not a very
Right.
big shop.
I've warned you, and I've warned you, and I've warned you. That's it. I'm going to banish you to a different place altogether entirely. I've had enough of this.
I mean, I was leaving anyway, so there's not much issue there.
And he starts. So punishment is. He starts. His concentration up to a minute. He starts concentrating. He's holding his head now, and he's starting to
While he's
mutter words.
concentrating,
at
then
this
that's when I
spell.
want to slap the book out of the way to break his concentration.
And as make an unarmed strike against him.
A twat.
Well, that
12.
went south quickly, didn't it? You know, when we tell you not to touch shiny things, that also
I
applies to
can't.
wizards.
Oh no! It's plus an 8, so it's a 20.
You crit hitting him.
I crit slap the book out of his hands to break his concentration. Just like slap it against the wall.
Are you trying to do damage to him, or are you just trying to like?
No, I literally just want to be like literally slap the book out of his hands so it like clatters against the floor or the wall and just storm out kind of thing.
And as you do so, he sort of like he goes flying off of that little box he was stood on from behind his counter, and he's like, "Oh my!" He goes, flies across the storm. People are looking at you. Did you just see what he did? That's unbelievable. I can't believe that happened. And a
Crit
couple of people
slap.
sort of run around and go, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" to him, and they're all looking at you. And even the guy that is escorting you around the town is. I can't believe you just did that. I'll have to report this. That's
He's
unbelievable.
bloody useless. You go ahead and report it. I'm getting myself a drink, and he storms
That's-
out.
That's unbelievable. Right. Whoa. What pub are you going to?
You're the escort. Take us there. He's a bit,
Right,
a
Right.
bit
I'm taking
pissy
you
right now.
straight away. I'm taking you in. I'm going to take you to the waterfront inn, and I'm going to leave you there. And I'm going to have to go and report this. This is unbelievable. I can't believe you just done that. He didn't mean any harm to anybody.
He was trying to banish me. How am I going to help your master if he banishes me?
Well, you were
Come on, Open, let's go
agitating
to the
him.
pub.
He was agitating me. It's all a
But
point of
like-
reference.
I can't believe I've seen this. He takes you around the corner. At the waterfront, you know.
How
there's
many
boats
people are
moored
around
up.
us right now?
How many people are around you? Like, loads of people. There's a market.
Okay, is there any point between here and the pub that is quiet?
Parts become quieter, but it's still like a high street town. A busy
I want
town.
to sort of try and quietly threaten, intimidate him to not report it.
Okay, make an intimidation roll then.
God.
18.
So as you're walking along, you sort of say whatever you say to him, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna do what to me?"
He just puts because he's got like a giant greatsword that's like the size of him. He just grabs it, and he's walking along, dragging it in the soil, and he like the tip of it cutting a really deep gouge. He's like, I
There isn't
strongly
soil;
suggest.
it's a cobbled street.
Well, then you can hear it scraping along, and he's like, I strongly suggest you forget about that.
I'm unbelievable. You're an absolute horror. You are. And he carries on and leads you to this pub. So as I say, the waterfront inn is literally on the waterfront. It's all cobbled, but eventually it sort of comes to an end. There's, let's say, boats moored up, like large tall ships, sloops and larger ships all moored up. People working on the docks. There are barrels and crates and all sorts going around the place. People here and there and everywhere. But you reach this pub, and it's like every other building. It's that sort of stone-built thatch roof type thing. And you enter, and there are people eating and drinking, much the same as the other tavern, really. Just people. Well, no, not like the other tavern. The other tavern was more like farmery types. This is more sort of upper class, I should say, and the people are much more well dressed and well to do. And they sort of don't really pay you much attention as you go in. And you take a seat at a table, and a woman comes over. She's older, probably 60s, quite slender figure, but she's got very big boobs. And
Of course, yeah.
well, yes, she does.
You got a picture there.
No, I don't know.
Yes,
You can imagine. Just go on Google and search for big-breasted grannies, I suppose.
I recommend to chat you do not do that.
So the clothes she's wearing are quite revealing. She's very. Hello there, gentlemen. How can I help you? My name is Lady Margaret.
Thank you. Can I have a brandy,
Just
please?
someone
the
get me
guard
some
still with us?
food.
I've got food, brandy, beer, wine, anything you like.
Is the guard still with us?
Yeah, he's still there. He's looking very scared. Though. He's very timid and sort of be quiet and just sat there.
And can you get something for our guest here? A
She
meal?
looks- Well, she looks at him and goes, "Oh, you look awfully sheepish, sir. Oh, let me get you. I'll get you a glass of brandy a moment. That will help take the gloves off." Anything else for anybody?
I'm just
Any
gonna go
food
sit
or-
down and be like, someone get me some food.
You are sat down.
Then someone bring me some food.
Oh, you're awfully rude, aren't you? Yes, I'll get you some food. And so she heads off, and eventually a waiter comes with whatever drinks you ordered and some food and placed it on the table. Is that all? Not anything else?
Don't think so. If there's anybody else wants anything.
So drinks-wise, you're going to be
Oh,
with
1
Brandy.
second. I can hear
I presume
child.
everyone else is having beer, so say about 20 silver, and you can have some drinks and a light sort of like snacky type meal, unless you want to spend out a bit more money and you can have a grander meal.
No, snacky type meal is fine. If Mr. Hangry there wants to tuck into something, he can reach into his sack of holding and eat some rock.
Well, we'll never know because Mr. Hangry gone very quiet.
He's thinking about food and he's got a whole bag full of rock in his pocket.
A rock named Dwayne.
Dwayne!
And so you can, you just sit there and eat and drink. What would you like to do?
I probably... Is there a quiet corner in the pub?
There is a quiet corner in the pub, yeah.
Could I meander my way across to a quiet corner?
Yeah, there's so the pub itself is very well furnished. There's a lot of flowers on the tables and nice linen type napkins and silverware on the tables and such. A lovely carpet on the floor. It's very, very, very nice. And in the corner there is like a sofa, like a lounge area, and you can go and sit on a very nice loungy chair and relax. Is everyone going, or is it just yourself?
Well, I was intending on going myself for the moment for a little quiet relief while Mr. Angry stuffed his face. I was just looking for.
Go on.
I was just looking for a little quiet corner where I might commune with a different authority.
Walter, is this anything that could bloody help me? Do I need to be here? He's very hungry right now.
Well, I don't know if I don't think Volta's really expressing this verbally.
I've just gone off to find a quiet corner, so keep stuffing your face, fatty.
Gladly. Does this eating so much, does it affect me in any way? Although I'm not feeling full or anything, am I...
No, you just don't feel like you...
I'm not feeling like I need to shit out the full weight of a horse that I've just eaten or anything. I'm not like getting bloated or...
No, you just don't feel anything, it's just nothing.
Yeah, but your cholesterol levels are through the roof.
The food turned ash in our mouths.
It is literally just like you don't feel anything, you're just hungry. You're hungry and you're thirsty.
Hungry, hungry hippos.
Whether or not that has a lasting effect, I don't know.
You're lying, you know all too well.
Actually, I haven't yet decided. But yes, if Volta wants to go off and find a quiet corner, why don't you tell us what you would like to do in the quiet corner?
First of all, I'm going to take 2 minutes to get the noise of angry Logan out of my head. Then I will reach into my little backpack and take out the dagger, which I purchased recently, and turn it over and over in my hands to tune in to the special ether feeling of the dagger, and open my mind to what it is, to see if I can gain any information from it.
You sit very quietly, and the wooden handle and the stone blade, and you see you're twisting around it. You let your mind go. You close your eyes and let your mind. And eventually, in your mind, you hear a voice. a voice which you can I say you can comprehend it. I think in fact parts of this, yes, one of the parts of this dagger I created for you, you can comprehend what's being said.
Don't work as well on camera.
I just hear a deep
Looks good in my
voice say,
face.
"Hello,
Go.
is that you? Who is this? What?
This is Walter.
Well, I don't know anybody called Walter.
Oh,
Are you-
it's not strange.
Who is Walter? Who did you mean to get hold of?
And oh, damn it! I temporarily have lost my memory of who I'm trying to get hold of. Zinfalos.
Zinfalos. That's my cousin. I am Zinalaton.
Austin Allerton, sorry, I forgot he's had a change of brand. Since then. It's an Allerton. Yes, that is who I am trying to get hold of. I've not slept much because I've had an angry, bloody, sword-wielding maniac stood next to me.
What is this? What is this spell? What's this? How are you doing this?
I recently acquired an artifact that allows me to speak with you. It's most illuminating. I just wondered whether I could maybe have a favor from you. Whether I could ask a boon of knowledge.
Do you worship me?
I currently serve you.
Good. You serve me. This is good. I'm very happy.
This is good news. Good news.
This pleases me. Now make me a sacrifice.
Could I maybe do that in a few minutes? I'm in a public place. It's rather embarrassing.
Oh, I see. Okay. I am not
Very understanding.
I am
demon.
Zinalaton the Great.
Thank you, mighty Zenaraton. I just wondered, one of our traveling companions is afflicted, and we have been told by a visitor he's afflicted by a demon. I wondered whether you knew of any developments in your world where some loudmouth sword-wielding maniac might be being targeted by a demon.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh dear. Very well. You're not by any chance targeting a loudmouth sword-wielding maniac for destruction in the near future, are you?
No.
Oh, good. That's good to know. If by any chance you do hear of any whispers in the area of somebody who might be wishing to get rid of a rather tall, rather annoying sword wielder, could you please pass me the information at your earliest convenience?
I'm not some sort of messenger for you. I am Zinalaton. Bow before me.
I know, but to better enable me to serve you, it would be beneficent if you could maybe ask around the underworld. Put the word around a little bit.
This isn't how this deal works. You must make me a sacrifice. Now go.
I will go out the door. Thank you, Zinaraton the Great.
Make sacrifice. Me maybe answer your question. Go.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll wander back towards the group.
Hey, Walter. I'm no fuller, but you're looking a little white.
Thank you. I have been reverse tanning for a little while. It goes with
There's
the
a joke
widow's
there
peak.
somewhere, but I don't think I'm allowed.
It goes with the widow's peak on the complexion and the dark clothes. It's a fashion statement, don't you know?
Well, nevertheless, this food is doing nothing for me. Any
No, I
ideas?
sought some information on this, but I have had nothing. By the way, has anyone got a pet cat or anything that they have going spare?
I tried to get a rabbit, but this one blew it up.
I see. Any sort of pet, no?
I mean, I could give you a pet rock.
No, it doesn't work for me.
We've got horses outside. You can go tend to them if you're feeling needy.
gonna be messy. Yeah, I will go and see to the horses.
Go feed them up or something. You look out of sorts.
I will
calm
go
down.
and something the horses, yes. I will go outside and tend to the horses. Oh God, what have I done?
Well, the horses aren't actually outside the pub. You would have probably left them. In fact, you probably hitched them up near the Admiralty.
Yeah, because we were
Which is
told to
towards
dismantle the Admiral.
Yeah, which is towards the centre of town. But if you want to go to the horses,
There's also
Somebody-
this wet
Somebody's
lettuce
probably
dragging
parked a
along with
horse
us.
somewhere. Somebody's probably parked a horse somewhere at the pub, haven't they? Or
oh yeah.
a pub cat or something around.
Well, there'll be a horse definitely hitched up somewhere outside.
Well,
Well.
how far away is the Admiralty?
Centre of town, like 5-minute walk.
Yeah, I'm going to leave him eating. I'm going to go back for 5 minutes to our own horses.
Okay, so you
I'm
make your
good.
way back to the horses.
Are you going to
Yes.
step out and clear your head?
Yeah, I can't hear you. I'm 5 minutes away at the Admiralty.
What are you doing?
Are you going out to clear your head?
I can
Yes.
hear you with our rings, haven't we?
We have
Messenger
rings of
rings,
telepathy.
I'm going to kill Logan's horse.
Wait,
So-
did you say that through the ring or just?
No, just to the DM.
So you take out the stone dagger, and you sort of look around to see if anyone's watching. And,
Make him
you
roll.
think-
Please make him roll.
You think you're safe? Yeah, make a perception roll. See if anyone's actually around.
Make him roll. It's our own horses. Who cares whether anyone sees me? I rolled a 16.
You look around. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty clear. I just want to see. Okay. And the horse is sort of tied up like outside, away from the gate a little bit. And you sort
I
of
like that he
notice there is the
specifically
guard
targeted
there,
my
sort
horse.
of looking, and he sort of turns away. And you draw the dagger out, and you start petting the horse on the snout. You know, they're there. As you take the knife and draw it across its throat, and blood starts spilling out everywhere, and you hear the voice in the head going, "Oh, sacrifice! You do sacrifice!"
Yes, there you go, Zenaraton.
The horse is letting out a terrible shriek, and the guard sort of looks up. He's like, "What the hell is going on up there?" And there's just blood just everywhere, and the horse sort of flops over and starts like almost like fitting on the floor as blood spills from its cut throat. And you sort of stood there just bathed in blood with this voice in your head just me.
My horse was very sick. He injured himself in the latest adventure and had to be put out of his misery.
The guards just stood there next to you, looking at this scene of you drenched in blood and knife, and the horse on the floor. I've never seen anything like it.
I know, it's cool, yeah?
I'm horrified. And he turns around for a moment, and he starts like heaving all over the floor.
Through the rings, I'm like, hey, are you feeling any better?
Oh, yeah, much better, thank you.
Are you coming
And
back? Do you
people
want
are-
anything ordering?
There are people starting to walk by and looking at this scene, and they're just like, "Oh my god, what's happened here?"
Don't worry, I'm a vet, it's fine. Don't worry.
Make a
It's all good.
make a
I
what do
can't
you
make it
call it?
better.
Oh bloody hell! Persuasion. Make persuasion.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh no.
Oh,
This is
21.
21. They're like, okay, he's okay. He's a vet. It's okay. What's a vet? I don't know. and yeah, people sort of like looking at you, kind of believe you and go about their business, but are still horrified at the same time.
I can imagine they would be a little bit sickened, but don't worry. Tesco's will soon be by and make some lasagna out of him or something.
Jokes are always best.
So you just hear the voice again come back to us. Well done. You make a sacrifice. Good work. I can assist you with one thing. You name it, and I will do my best.
If you can find out any information on the demon who is pursuing our friend, I would be eternally grateful, Zinaraton.
The information I can provide you with, if he is troubled by a demon, then he must summon the demon and slay it. But you will need dark magics to summon a demon.
Yes, that does sound quite... But how can we summon him if we don't know his name?
I think there may be a way. If it is attached to your comrade, then perhaps it can be summoned some way via attachment. I don't know.
Oh, very good. Then that sounds like a way forward. I must get back to the pub now. I feel the need to drink quite a little bit of beer.
Goodbye, my fellow.
Goodbye, Lord Zinaraton. Oh no.
That's good. Lord, call me Lord, and make me sacrifice.
Maybe later, after I've done the laundry.
Good. And you can make your way back to the pub, and
Yeah, on the way
Again-
back, I am going to press to digitate the worst of the blood off.
oh, okay, that's cool. I was going to say people are probably going to be horrified, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, just
As he walks in, I'm just like head down on the table, weeping and hungry.
And as you are doing all of this, no, you know what? That's not going to happen yet. That's fine. Or maybe it will. I don't know.
Oh no.
then Logan, I have some good news and some bad news, my friend.
Let's start with the bad news. Can't get any worse today. I'm fucking hungry.
The bad news is, unfortunately, your horse met with a terrible accident in the stables, and you're going to have to walk everywhere. It's one of those freak occurrences, you know?
What happened?
I don't know, something about walking accidentally into somebody's knife.
Repeatedly?
No, just once, I think. I think it learned its lesson pretty well.
My horse was quite a wise horse. He was well trained. He wouldn't just walk into a blade.
Wise, but short-sighted, as it turns out.
God damn it, he was a good horse. I mean, I barely have much money left, but I'm sure I could replace him.
Or you could walk. It will do you good. It will build a healthy appetite.
Well, that was the point, wasn't it? You hired the horse. So
Oh god.
you're now one horse down, which is going to take some explaining.
So I'm going to have to replace the horse and replace a horse for me. Thank you for the hydrate, Spurds.
I have just noticed what the time is as well, so we'll probably draw it to a close in just a moment. But if there's anything else you want to discuss before the final act.
I mean, wait. The big voice in the sky can fuck right off. You have good news too, you say?
The good news is there may be a path of finding out something on your affliction. You are targeted by a demon. And you must summon the demon. And then you must kill it.
I must kill a demon?
Yeah, on your own, using a feather.
Oh, how does one summon a demon? And how do you know this?
I have sought information on your behalf.
From who? This sounds pretty niche.
Pretty what?
Like, not many people would know about demon summons and things. It's a pretty
Well,
niche
not-
area.
Not many people know how to set a drow villager light with one fireball, but I did.
It's actually fairly easy to summon demons. It's It's getting rid of them that's tricky.
Well, so how do I summon it?
But only you can summon it because you're attached to it in some way. And by summoning it and fighting it, you may be freed from your affliction. Although sadly not your personality traits. I'd say, yes.
Oh, demon of starving, fucking come here now.
The person, the naval chap who's with you, sort of says, if I may, it's said that if you take up a lute and you sing, what's that bard called? That famous bard, Ed Sheeran. If you play one of his songs backwards, a demon appears. He's a little red-headed demon.
DCMA warning
You
incoming.
can slay it then.
I mean, can we choose a song for me to sing that won't get me fucked?
All I've got in my mind is that Tenacious D with the flipping devil with all the dildos and that in the rack.
Duplo.
It has to be worth a try because, frankly, you've been insufferable the last couple of hours.
He goes,
I
"No,
just
no,
need
I'm
a
only joking.
Snickers. I need a Snickers.
Well, I've always considered playing the flute. I can give it a try.
Lutes, not flutes.
Oh, flute. Sorry. Slip of the tongue.
Yes, we are fucked. Shit out of luck.
Oh.
You're all out of luck. They all lost without you.
To be honest, this adds to our ever-growing list of things that we need to do.
Well, he don't need to do it. He's the one who can't eat
Okay.
enough to satisfy himself.
He's pretty pissed, pretty hungry. He's gone like a full. It'll be a day and a half with no food, no liquids, suffering that twat
Day
who
and a
was the
half?
secretary. Yeah.
It's not even been a whole day yet.
Oh, I thought it was
Just
a day and
think
a half.
what
so I
it's
was
doing
like,
for your muscle definition and things.
that'd be wasting away, man. But he's had to suffer that receptionist and then the Brandy loving guy and especially that wizard. He's gonna rock out right now and summon this guy.
Yeah, that was. I think that's more of a joke. I don't think it actually.
Then how the fuck do I summon it?
Could you not have made him rock out first and then told him that
I don't know. This is a part where the DM has to. I don't know.
God damn it.
On a purely unrelated note, does anybody know how to get bloodstains out of dagger handles?
You found my horse
That's what their handles made
that
of.
walked into a knife and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are blood-stained all over your hands and your knife, yes?
No, my hands are clean.
Did the horse walk into your knife, is what you're telling me?
I don't know, my two daggers are here. You can see them. They're perfectly nice and clean.
Ah, there you go.
These two daggers are perfectly clean. Yeah, what do you want?
I'm hungry. I just want
And
a
as this
beef
is-
burger.
I didn't say anything about my third dagger. What?
As this discussion is going on, all of a sudden you hear a loud thud as the guard that you're with, your chaperone, falls and his head slumps and smacks onto the table, and people just stop and look, their mouths agape.
What's the...
What?
Has he had a bit too much to drink?
As the woman goes, starts screaming, "Ah! Murder! There's been a murder!"
It wasn't.
And that's where we're going to end because it's nearly 11 o'clock.
Fuck.
What?
Cliffhanger.
Oh no. Oh no. Well, that being the case,
There you go.
so we have come in. We have tackled.
You didn't get nearly as far as I expected.
Big.
Steve, you're not pressing your button. We can't hear you.
That's because I'm not talking to you.
You didn't get as far as I thought you might get, but never mind. There's going to be some combat as well, but
we
It's a good RP session. We had
did a
fun.
lot of RP, a lot of laughs.
Yeah, sorry, it took a little while to get the idea of talking to my little friend.
My horse got slaughtered.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
walked
Hopefully the
into a
people
blade.
watching at home enjoyed it too.
But yes. So, with that, thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you,
hope everybody
Cobbs.
enjoyed it.
Goodbye.
Mirrored.
Oh, Cobbs is that way. Dan is up that way. And thank you to our DM for running and all the voice acting and all that other shit, putting the time in and making the story, and for causing sacrifices, and his bastard of a wizard, and his horrific receptionist, and fat Brandy guy, and the fucking Kraken again. Fuck the Kraken. But we will be back in 2 weeks'
Did you
time.
figure that one out though? Did you figure the crap? That's the question. Well, no, well,
I'm
your
pretty-
character wouldn't know
well-
anyway, would they?
I did, but the character
Yeah.
wouldn't know.
Your character wouldn't know. Maybe we need to do like a bit of a behind the screen type extra chat type thing where we can explain some of these things to people watching that wouldn't know what the hell we're talking about previous things from series 1.
Yeah, we'll do a mini recapy thing at some point, probably
All
before
the
this
little
episode.
hidden
A quick
extras.
2 minutes.
Yeah, the
Explain.
little extras from
But
before.
yeah.
We
Hidden
did
from
do
most
this in a
of us
really
as well.
weird way.
To the ecosystem.
Sorry?
Hidden from most of us as well, because we weren't here
Thank
at
you
that
for
point.
following
Yeah.
Ben.
We
Let's
have
just
definitely done this in a really weird
see
way of doing
who is
starting filming
on.
from series 2.
Let's have a look.
It's a bit
If
like
there's
Star
anyone.
Wars, where they started filming from episode.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe
Whatever
we'll
it
do
was.
like. Oh, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? We can replay the entire series 1 after we finish this, and Steve gets to relive all those characters that died.
If you strike me down, I will return. Oh shit, no, I won't.
What we're going to do is to say goodbyes.
That's
Thank
good,
you,
nice-
everyone.
nice
And
to
we're going
meet
to
you,
read
Nathan, even though I
Instigator
couldn't
TV.
find
He's
the,
amazing.
the
He
note with
makes
his
all
name on it.
panels and stuff for everyone.
But I
Great
came
artist,
close
great
off
player.
memory. That wasn't too bad.
Go give him a follow.
Yeah, that
Please
was
show him
good.
some love. He's amazing. Do it.
Xenoton! Lord Xenoton, give me a second! Yeah, I quite
He
enjoyed
did
that.
like his sacrifice. I can imagine that he did.
I really didn't know how to like talk about him with you. I was just, how's this guy going to come out? And I was just like, nope, he's coming out this way.
I'm coming out, so you better get this party started. Yep.
Pretty much. Everybody watching, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this as much as we've enjoyed it. Good RP session tonight. We didn't get as far as I wanted to, but who cares? We enjoyed ourselves, and hopefully you enjoyed it too.
Let's get it!
Mr. Steve, would you like to take us out?